You don't need cardio to lose weight, but it will make fat loss more difficult. It's true, you don't actually need cardio to lose body weight. You just need to reduce the amount of food you stick in your pie hole. But there are a few problems with only reducing your calories as a way of dropping fat. First, the law of diminishing returns essentially says that if you keep doing the same thing over and over, the results that you get will be smaller and smaller. Let's apply that to reducing your caloric intake. If you drop your calories to 500 calories below your maintenance level, you'll start to lose roughly 1 pound of fat per day. And then it'll slow down to a crawl. The law of diminishing returns will kick in. That's because your body is adapting to the lower caloric intake. Now that also means that you could drop your calories by a couple hundred more, and that'll work until it doesn't. And then you'll be forced to drop your calories even lower. Eventually, you'll only be consuming water and maybe a leaf of lettuce. And you've gone from being muscular with a little bit of body fat to lose to being skinny fat because you didn't have enough calories to keep your gains. And if you don't keep your gains, then your workouts will suffer. If your workouts suffer, you'll fall into a pit of depression. If you fall into a pit of depression, you won't be able to concentrate on your job. If you can't concentrate on your job, you'll be fired. And if you're fired, your wife will leave you. Your kids will start calling you by your first name and referring to some other dude as daddy. Second, calorie reduction as your only way to drop weight is not sustainable. A wise man once said, "A life devoid of food that you love is a life not worth living." Okay, it was me. I said that. I'm that wise man. Tom just quoted himself. And why is Tom referring to himself in the third person? Point is, at some point, a calorie restrictive diet ends in binging. Also, most in a severe caloric deficit tend to get hangry. And when you get hangry or outraged, a startling metamorphosis occurs, and you wind up being pursued by an investigative reporter as you roam from town to town solving the problems of strangers. The smarter, more sustainable path to fat loss is to have a minor calorie reduction of around 300 calories per day. Then you just add a little bit of cardio and start moving more. Don't sit. If you're plowing through an entire run of a TV series, stand. Because standing takes more calories than sitting. The more you know. While you're watching your shows, you could also walk in place, or if you have one, hop on your treadmill or stationary bike while the Real Housewives rot your brains. Heck, maybe even walk 15 minutes a few times a week. By doing just a little cardio and moving a little bit more, you should easily be able to burn 200 to 300 calories per day and still have that 500 calorie deficit per day. You'll still have a substantial calorie deficit without starving yourself, and that's the important part, without starving yourself. By adding just a little bit more activity in your life, you'll be able to keep your calorie intake at a sustainable level. You'll have better mental health and reduce the chance of your wife leaving you for that guy she told you was only a work friend. That's what you called him, wasn't it, Helen? Wasn't it? That's about it for today. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. All of those activities burn calories. My name's Tom. This is Friskified Fitness, and we'll see you next time.